friends, this is again Ananya Rai with a new story for you all. And this is Peter the Rabbit. Peter the Rabbit lived in a forest with his mother and three brothers, and the name was Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. The three brothers were well behaved and well disciplined, but Peter was the naughtiest one of all of them. Once upon a time, their mother has to go in the city to finish some errands. And their mother called the three children and said, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter, you all are my kids, and listen to me very carefully. I am going in the city to finish some errands. Until the time I return home, you can play in the lane. The three children were very happy, and the Peter was the most happy because he always wanted to play and do mischievous things forever. So their mother said, Children, you can go to the lane, but please be careful that you don't enter the Mike Gregor's garden, because as you know, your father met an accident there and Mrs. Mike Gregor put him in the pie and eats him. So you all be very, very careful with Mike Gregor. Then all the children suddenly said, Okay, mother, and their mother, supporting their children, went in the city. And four children went in the lane to play. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. The three children were well disciplined and well behaved, and they always followed the instructions of their mama. But actually, Peter was the most naughtiest of them, and he always forget the instructions and he never followed them. So Peter what used to do was always opposite. So then Peter squeezed himself into the fence of Mike Gregor and entered the garden all by himself. And he was brave. And then he went in deep in the forest, and then he found some lettuces. He filled his stomach with lettuces, radishes, and few carrots, and at the last his favorite French beans. He filled his stomach, and at the last he was always overslept after dinner and supper time. So all the things he eat was filled to his stomach. And then he sat under a tree trying to sleep because he always wanted to sleep after eating something. So as soon as he was sleeping, he saw Mike Gregor getting himself because Mike Gregor has saw Peter and he said, Oh, Steve, thief, stop, stop. And Peter, as soon as he heard the voice, he ran as fast as possible. He ran, he hopped, he jumped, he kicked, everything he did to run and save his life. He was running behind the bushes, but he was followed by Mike Gregor. Poor old Mike Gregor was a fast runner, and Peter was very scared of them. So what he decided to do, Peter decided to go into the tool shed of Mike Gregor. He entered the tool shed, but actually Mike Gregor has stopped Peter entering the tool shed, so he followed him into the tool shed. And Peter, there was no place of hiding. So Peter, what he did was, he dipped himself into a can with water, and then but he always knew that Mike Gregor will catch him because it was all water, not paint, so it can hide him. But then also he decided to go in, and then when Mike Gregor entered the tool shed, he searched here, he searched there, and he put up the pulled can and looked behind him, beside him, front of, but he could not find Peter. And at the last, he had to turn out, and he decided to look out of the shed. As soon as he turned, Peter dashed out of the shed and banged on the floor. And he ran and hopped from the window. But unfortunately, Mike Gregor saw him. And then he started following Peter. But unfortunately, Mike Gregor was not at all running fast as Peter. So because Peter was a rabbit, and as you know that rabbits run very fast. So Peter was running, and at the last he got his breath when he came in the blackberry bushes, which was also very thick and was a good hiding place for Peter. And Peter stood in it, and then he got down to his breath and decided to do something. Then he saw somebody talking to him. It was the old poor mouse who lived with Mike Gregor. And the mouse said, Are you stuck in here? How do I help you? Then Peter said, Can you please tell me the way of the fence? Because I wanted to go back to home. So the mouse said, Okay. The mouse pointed his finger at the fence, And then Peter said thank you to him, and then he ran to the fence and headed home. And as soon as he got home, he got down to his bed. And then Peter said to his mother, "Mother, are you back?" And mother came out behind the stones and said, "Oh, Peter, good you are at home. What took you so long in the lanes?" But Peter has no answer for her mother question. So he said, "Mother, I was just busy playing here and there." And the mother said, "Okay, Peter, don't worry, but it's supper time, and I have bought your favorite French beans, and I'll cook them for you. Have dinner." But Peter was so tired of running and escaping from Mr. Gregor that he was always tired because of doing something. And this time he has run so miles away. So he slept on his bed. And he slept till entire dinner finished. He slept till entire dinner, and then when Peter got down to his bed in the morning, he then got realized to know that he's missed his favorite supper which their brothers had enjoyed. And then Peter was unfortunately he was very tired, and actually at the last he realized his mistake. And what the moral value we get from this story is clear, that we should always follow the instructions which our elders give to us. And the instructions which our elders gives to us is helpful in future. We should always follow them. So, thank you, and if you love this video, please like and share.